Good morning, madam.
This is Seema from Compass Insurance. Can we have this session recorded because some of our
Yeah, I've
salespeople
already
are not.
started. I've already
You've already
started the
started. Okay.
recordings. I'll share you the recordings also later on.
Thank you so much.
Uh, okay, so on my personal behalf and on behalf of the company LIC International, I extend heartiest welcome to all of you, all the participants from all the brokers, our intermediaries, our business partners. First of all, let me wish everyone a happy new year because I'm myself as a country manager of LIC International interacting with all of you for the first time in the new year also and in my span also. I joined last year, last month, you can say, last end of the month in this unit uh, after departure of my predecessors. We are in a very, very different challenging times after BOD 49, but somehow company as a LIC International trying to bring more innovative, competitive products in front in the market to try to have our productivity going on. So I personally see it is a new beginning because old era has already gone in the history. I would request those who are joining late if you can mute yourself. Will be happy if you can. I would request.
Doctor.
Yeah. So I muted everyone, friends. Hope we'll have the question answer session and then we'll address all the queries to all of you. So friends, welcome again. From okay, so I will directly came to the presentation. Why? Because there are certain things which will interact later on. You have invested your time with me, so today's dates, I'm sure I'm going to give you certain sure dividends for the time, another 30 minutes, 35 minutes, which you are going to spend with me on a special purpose of LICs. Friends, you know, in today's market, if you go outside the market after this pandemic and before pandemic also, and for which LIC as a brand is known for, you must be getting a queries from your clients about, do you have any guaranteed returns on investment plan? Or do you want any guaranteed returns on investments? You must be having a queries from the clients. I'm looking for a short-term financial goals, not very long-term, short-term parking money for a better yield. You also, you will be receiving a queries from clients looking for easy liquidity of funds. When I talk about liquidity, it means when the withdrawal of funds should not have to have a losing of capital and yield. You should not lose the capital and also should not compromise with the yield if you have to premature the policies or any investment products. Again, you must be looking for an investment yield should be better than FCNR and bank FDs. Friends, wondering where to invest for securing your future. So these questions, these queries are going to address in another next 30 minutes. So friends, we as LIC International will offer solutions to all the above concern through a sensational scheme. When I quote sensational, it is a sensational during this tough time. Especially anything with the guarantee, and guarantee is with the cost. Try to understand that. And with the brand LIC in this market, after BOD 49 implemented and all things are in a very, we're just recovering from the 2020 setbacks, even if it is not setbacks for the financial insurance industry as a whole for us, because we have done a very good business till 14th of October in the extension of BOD 49 implementation. But after that, it's a totally new era for us also and for you as a whole in industry also, as a broker fraternity also. It's a very tough time, but I'm sure we will sail through it with restructuring our skills and business activities. Friends, presenting with all these queries, a guaranteed return plan. The name of the plan is New Future Bright, a 5-year guaranteed return single premium plan. Name of the plan is New Future Smart, as well as, sorry, not Bright, it is a Smart, New Future Smart, and the plan number is 258. This offers 100% guaranteed return on investment. So this is the name of the product. We also call it another caption. It is the highest interest rates on FCNR USD as a NRI investment. So you're looking for an excellent fixed income investment for an NRIs. Another caption of the plan. There is another caption of the plan which we call it a 5 years guaranteed maturity plan. Many people doesn't remember new future smart or secure or this that table number. They know it is a 5 years guaranteed maturity plan. Somebody also call it as a LIC's FCNR scheme as a sales point. So when we talk to a sales intermediaries like you, all of you, the skilled market movement tracker. So for you have a different terminology which you use, but finally it is a future smart 258 plan. So what is the basic conditions? That's, I'll just narrate in a very simple term because that is what define the two. My agenda of the product is in two parts. First, we'll try to give you certain basic conditions which is in the product. It's a very simple product, but we'll give you certain ideas about the USPs of the plan, which will be distinguished from marketing point of view. So it's a short-term single premium investment policies offering a guaranteed annual return of 2.30%. In some, you will get 2.35, 36 also. But overall, if you see minimum return, which we are giving guarantee is 2.30% annual rate. And if you calculate in the terms of bonus, what we provide is 23 per thousand guaranteed bonus on the premium and sum assured, whatever is added in that. Fixed term is 5 years. Entry age is 18 years completed. Maximum is nearing 65 days, means 65 years, 5 months, 29 days can also be taken on this policy. I can be onboarded on these policies. Minimum premium amount is 35,000. Maximum is no limit. But there is a caveat in that one policy will be at max of 1 million. Means if somebody wants to invest for 5 millions, he can invest 5 millions, but he has to take 5 policy of 1 million each. So similarly, it will be one policy cannot be maximum of 1 million. So this is what the caveat in that. Maturity benefit is sum assured, basic sum assured means total premium plus guaranteed bonus is paid. Death benefit, there is additional extra 1 year guaranteed addition is paid, means 2.30% you will get more in case of death happens during the term of the policy. So whatever is paid, so it will be paid. So if you see the general terms, when the term completes, like 1 year is completed, then guaranteed addition is added. But here in death claim, even the next day, you've taken the policy today, next morning, if something happens, he will get whole capital plus 1 year extra bonus, which we'll see in the illustrations. You'll get it more clear on that. So guaranteed addition is added on the beginning of year, giving more amount in case of death. Loan and surrender. So there is 1 year locking. After 1 year, you get a surrender also, and you can come out of the scheme, or sorry, you can come out of the scheme also, and you can take advances for a short-term liabilities, anything you have to fetch. So 80% of that value you can take back also after 1 year. Other than that, all benefits are there. Nomination, surrender, assignments, all benefits are in a regular course. Assignment is also available from the inception of the policies. Nomination by default, LIC is having all policies, compulsory mandatory nomination is required. All nationalities can invest. There is no restrictions on any nationalities except some countries which is restricted from UN list AML point of view. Other than that, everyone, any country can invest in this plan. Some checkpoints, I'll tell you, friends. There is a checkpoint which we should be considered in the mind when we talk about, because you must have seen the illustrations. The illustration says input amount, means I made it very simple illustration this time, so that you just put the amount, rest everything will be calculated. You don't have to choose sum assured, basic sum assured, top up. You don't have to do anything. It's like an FD. When you put the amount, rest everything will calculate by the calculator. So minimum premium will be 35,000. That consists of 2 parts. One is a basic sum assured plus top up is 10,000. So even if minimum premium amount which we talk of 35,000, it may be less than that because there is a discount on the basic sum assured premium. So basic sum assured is 25,000. So you get a discount of 70, 80, $90. So that will be reduced in the total premium, and that may be even added with the levy. So overall it is a same, and after that it is a multiple of 1,000. So next will be 36,000, 37,000, 38,000, go on till 1 million. So you don't have to be in hundreds, it is always in the thousands. That is one point. Second point, maximum premium under single policy will be 1 million, means basic sum assured 25,000 which is fixed plus 975,000 will be the top up premium. If somebody wants to invest 1.1 million, so he has to take two policy. One will be of 1 million or another will be of 100,000. So any one policy will be less than 1 million. Investment amount more than 1 million will in multiple of policies, subject to each policy have a total premium less than 1 million. So friend, this is the important checkpoints. I'll come straight to the calculator and probably that will be more benefited. So I'll share the calculator first, and then we'll come to the plan presentation so that easily you can understand how the calculators are defined. I hope everybody can see it very clearly on your screen. If you have joined on the laptop, it will be much easier for you. If you have joined on mobile or somewhere, then I personally say you may get some difficulties on that. So laptop will be much better, in laptop or desktop. Friends, here only 3 columns you can change. That is name, date of birth, and this input amount. Other than that, you can't change anything. Everything is locked. So everything is with the protected and everything is with the calculative. So let us take an example here. Anybody who is 40 years of age, 100,000 input amount we put. So I told you there will be basic sum assured, which is fixed of 25,000, and then there will be sum assured is fixed for 25,000, policy term 5 years. Top up is by default, input minus 25 is 75. So there is a discount on the basic sum assured, not on top up. You will have 24,919. So this $81 is a discount on the premium on the basic sum assured. This plus 75,000 is a top up is added as a total 99,919. This is a total premium on the policies. So this is what the premium has to be real premium, and based on that there is a levy. Levy is 0.2%, which is a government levy included in all the policies of this market. It is the UAE government, not Indian government. UAE government is implying, and it is existing for last many years. It's not new. Earlier calculation sheets was already inbuilt in that. So this time it has to be very clear, transparent, so that there should not be any conflict of POD 49 implementations. So customer will be paying 100,119 in dollars, and in AED this much, which guaranteed maturity, which will be also printed on the policy documents, will be 111,500. That comes to 2.32%. So this is how the basic illustration. This we have added as a amount paid, and to make it more meaningful to customers. So this much you pay, this much you get. Beyond that, there is illustrative values which is mandatory from insurance authorities new regulation point of view, and I try to make it meaningful to the customer, so that addresses all questions of death benefit, how much he will get, surrender, how much he is going to get, first year, second year, third year, what he is going to get. So let us be very calculative on everything on the record. Friends, this is a column which says from day one, because the death benefit is 1 year extra bonus, which is 2.23,000 per sum, $23 per thousand sum assured is added from day one. So that is why if you feel if somebody pays 100,000, he get 100, 200, 300 is a minimum death cover on the first year. Fourth, next year, second, third year, fourth year, fifth year. So every year you will get more one death guaranteed addition extra. End of the term is what you are going to get the maturity, that is after fifth year. Now there is a 2 column here, guaranteed surrender value and a special surrender value. I'll tell you, in last 30 years of this LIC International, this guaranteed and special surrender was concept from beginning. It's not a new concept. But the point here is we need to make it earlier. We used to show only special surrender value in the column chart, not guaranteed surrender value, because it was inbuilt in the policy documents. It was mentioned. If you read any old documents of 5 years, 3 years FD plan, you will be finding on a surrender part, there is a guaranteed surrender value is 90%. Beyond that, there is a special surrender value, which will be as per the company's performance. But this time, company will not declare later on. So while approving the product from insurance authority, the actuary has verified this special surrender value in the policy documents, that from today, this is a guaranteed which will be paid in case of a special surrender value after 1 year, and which has been approved by insurance authority while approving the product. Let us take one, and why we have put it, there is one caveat is put here if you read it. that maximum of guaranteed and special will be paid, but this special surrender value may change upon the future experience of the company, and that line is not new. Everywhere in all policy it was there. But I'll tell you how it will be changed, because that is some confusion has to be clear. Like while approving the product, actuary has certified this is what we are going to give you as a special surrender value, and which is approved by IA. Even for change also, if some market conditions and some companies of financial condition has become so disturbed, and which is, I don't think it is going to happen in 5 years time. Is there any, because that also takes time to understand that credit facilities. But here, so if anything happens, so that company has put a caveat that it may change. But again, that will be refiled with the insurance authority by actuarial certificate to understand that these are the reasons. Based on that, special surrender value will have to be changed. And if I agreed, then only we can change. So for us, I can, if you ask from me, because of that reason, we have put it as a non-guaranteed column, because you can change circumstances we don't know. But from understanding point of view, from customer point of view, if you take policy today, the special surrender value which is mentioned in this column is guaranteed next year, second year, third year, fourth year, on fifth year. So this is how the this benefit is done. Remaining is very easy to understand: maturity, death, loan, and there is a disclaimer. So this is what the illustration. This part you can change, put your name, mobile number, and email ID, which you can send to the customers, can be a better for marketing. So now I'm coming back to the presentation. We'll take question answer later, so that it will be easy to understand. I think it was disconnected. Now are you able to get my voice? Can anyone tell me? Thumbs up. Okay. So I'll again share the screen. No. Now if I change again, it will. Just a minute. I'll change admin. Okay. Are you visible? My screen is visible? Okay. Okay, thanks, Mr. Robert. Yeah, so I'm moving ahead with the presentation. Okay. So friends, the truth is, now I'll come to the marketing point of view. So I'm going to give you 5 unique sales points on this plan. And that sales points may help you to understand how the product can be placed in the market. So the first sales point, first USPs of this plan is, friends, this is a plan which is offering a guaranteed annual returns. Okay, there is a chat. I think if there is a network problem, then it will be for everyone. Mitesh, I'll look for your questions at the end of the session. So let me finish first the presentations. Okay. So I was talking about the offering guaranteed annual return of more than 2.3% in USD for 5 years. It's a better than bank FCNR. When we talk about FCNRs, I come with the facts and figures to make you understand on this. How this FCNR rates are as on today. So friends, this is on 4th January 2021 rates. You can see the chart which I have been, in fact, I shared with all of my consultants who is in touch with me on my WhatsApp. And maybe my broker team people must have shared with you, which is I'm giving you the latest data every fortnight on this. If you see the top banks like Kotak Bank, SDFC, Axis, ICICI, if you talk about 2 top banks, which is Kotak and SDFC, friends, they are not charging money to take back to keep the money in a dollar. So that is that is a good point. As of now, they're not charging anything for the US dollar investments, but this is how the reality is. Almost they are paying zero return. All good banks and latest bank, if you see the whole bank, Canara Bank, Bank of India is 1.21. There is one bank which is IndusInd Bank, which is giving 1.7% latest. Other than that, if you find any banks giving more returns, there will be some different issue. One to one, you can ask me, I'll tell you what is the credit facility of that bank and how much security you have. So real truth is, friends, SDFC and Kotak Bank is offering almost zero return in USD. It is like almost zero. You asking, I'll try to unmute if somebody wants, because there is a request that we can't hear you properly. Your voice is echo. I hope there is a problem with your network, friends. Maybe my network is still okay. If everybody is listening, then we can stop it and again restart. If it's all okay, then I think we can continue. No echo, it's clear. Okay, thanks. So friends, I was saying the top bank like SBI, ICICI, SDFC, which is the highest. If you go on the RBI site and find out the Forex data of FCNR investments, you will find these three banks are occupying the top three positions of the fund they hold it. It means still people park in a very, very low return. That is one point. Second, all due to uncertainty of future US dollar market, but LIC International still continue to offer a very high return in fixed and assured return segment. So this is about the FCNRs. Somebody will be having a question, no, I don't put in FCNR, I put it here in local market, I get a very high return. I'll give you some of the data with the local banks, what the FD returns have. I'm not talking about the bond or corporate FDs, but I'm talking about the retail market FDs. The Good Bank of Dubai, this is, you see in AED it is 0.05 and 0.2, but in USD it is 0%. Privileged banking of ADCB FD rates are in front of you. If you see the maximum is 0.22%, that too also 400 days. If you see the rack bank, it is less than 1%. If you invest $500,000 to 1 million 1 year, it will give you 1.10%, not more than that. That also with some caveat without withdrawal. HSBC banks, it's local international banks. So if you think in both EAD and USD FDs is a very, very negligible amount in tune of like SDFC and Kotak, what they were offering 0.01, 0.02, 0.1. So this is what the return of this bank. Considering including banks, I'm coming to the IBOR rates. If you see the IBOR rates as on 31st December, and this is the indicators of the interest rates in the market. When we talk about the high return, you will find the IBOR rates 2 years ago was much higher in the market. I'll show you in the next slides. But as on 31st December, if you see, the IBOR rate is 0.658382. So if any institutions is giving much bigger return than this, it means there will be risk involved in that every customer understood in that point. The IBOR rates, if you see, IBOR rates of UAEs for last almost like 10 years, if you see, the highest was of almost 3.15% in year 2018 and 19, and now it is 0.65%. So try to understand we are in extremely low interest rates era in which anything of more than 2.5 to 2.3% is going to be sensational, which I wanted to tell you. So the reality is when banks FDs are less than 1% to 0, FCNR rates are below 1%, then in which instrument customer will invest? I am sure many of you will be talking to us and maybe thinking that there are customers who doesn't invest in FDs, who invest in bonds. I agree on that. But for investing in bonds, immediately you change the type of instrument. So your risk appetite is changed. Bond is not secured. You try to understand what are bonds yield in current market. If you see the current market bond spread, it is very high. And when there is a high bond spread, it means the quality bond of AA plus will have a lowest yield, and anything which is junk B, B minus, B and C category will give you very high return. So you have to study which bonds are giving more return, whether that is in which rating agencies have been and which category of security they have. But generally, if I can tell you, more bond yield is more risk and lower ratings. There are many risks involved in the bonds. So I'm not going in detail on that. So there are various risks: inflation, interest, liquidity, call risk. These interest rate, liquidity and call risk, market risk, reinvestment risk, rating risk, these default risk. There are certain risk which is involved in the bond, in every bond, even if a government bond or government sponsored bond or any bond which is just for the namesake, they put it national or universal or like that, doesn't mean that that has become 100% secured. There is a risk on that. It may be minimal, it may be high also. So my quote here, to understand that sales point of view, when this question comes in front of you, friends, remember, who is bearing the risk on bond investments? You can ask these questions to customer. Almost everybody will agree that in bond investments, customer themselves understand the risk and they have to understand, okay, anything happens, I am responsible for it. But in LIC, by client, if invest in LIC of nearing same yield, then LIC International takes all worries of various risks. So friends, try to understand, makes your client know the truth very clearly, because I always say there is one word, not even a word, one letter, F and N. This can change the whole scenario. Remember, return of capital is more important than return on capital. So sometimes for a smaller term, you cannot go on investing for a high return just for the sake of losing your capital. So this F and N, you must tell your clients, they should remember how return of capital is more important than return on capitals. Friends, I can tell with the first USP is, the truth is LIC International still offers a competitive best return in guaranteed and assured investment products in whole UAE market. This is a trust which we have generated in last 3 decades in this market. So that is USP number 1. USP number 2 is, friends, remember, which we are giving extra, you must tell to your clients. If you invest in bank FDs or bonds or anywhere, there is no additional benefit other than the rates of coupons they provide. So 1 year extra guaranteed addition in case of death claim, and that can happen anytime. So by virtue of being an insurance company, we have the leverage of giving this facility. So this is an additional benefit which no other company provides. If you see the illustrations, this part, if you see, he puts 34,919, but from day one, his minimum assured is 35,805. So this is an additional amount which we are paying. We must tell to the clients this is additional, and that amount is very large if somebody invests in millions and millions. So that is USP number 2, and I hope this is most interesting. We must tell to the client. The USP number 3 is a easy liquidity. Friends, then there will be echo. It will be echo with this. So there will be easy liquidity. This is third point, friends. Everything with the cost. If you go on investment of any product, if they provide you easy liquidity, it means they will be having some cost. But we have brought a unique scheme this time, in which if you surrender after 1 year, you are not losing your capital. Unlike earlier schemes, if you see my all other schemes of LIC, even second year, third year, break even was happening. But here, even you surrender after 1 year, minimum 102% is guaranteed. This is how I illustrated you in the product presentations in the illustration itself. 100% capital is protected after year 1. So if you see this part, which I told about the special surrender value, so this part, if somebody invests 34,919, he is getting covered of 35,618 from day 1. That is the surrender part. So one time open FDs can also be sell, like somebody has to. I'm not suggesting that they should go. Let us say if somebody go on after investing for 5 years and in 3 years he wants to come back, so he can get a sure amount of this much. So this is how the products can also be suggested. That is one of the best USPs in current market, where the industrialist doesn't want to lock their fund for a longer term. They want to premature withdraw, have the facility of premature withdrawal without losing capital. I am sure 99% doesn't come, but if 1% also have the facility, was must tell. This is the third number. Number 4th USP on this plan is 100% non-medical cases. 100%. You don't have to go for any medical test. Generally, when LIC, you know, when sum assured increasing, this is an NSP, so it's pure investment scheme. Even if we are giving 1 year of interest extra in death claims, we are not asking for any medical reports and all. But Standard Life, if you mention I am suffering from cancer and then you will register for policy, then it may have to extract for some medical reports and has to go for. But Standard Life, nothing is required even at the age of 65. Only financial requirements and your easy completion. The fifth is, which may make this product is unique in this market, current market trends. Other than LIC, no company other than LIC offering any plan near to it in a guarantee form. I'm talking guarantees always with the cost after post BOD 49. We were only giving very high return 2 years ago when IBO, I've shown you IBO rate was 3.25. We're giving 5.5% return also in the products. But as of now, it is 2.3%, is still very, very competitive. Friends, remember why we should focus on this plan. First is a very handy FCNR rates on a decreasing side. So this you can invest. Second, customer looking for a guaranteed return for short time. Customer looking for easy liquidity in this plan after 1 year. Annual yield of 2.3% is very competitive in today's market, especially amongst guaranteed wordings plan. Plan has the capacity to bring high volume of investments. That is fifth. Friends, continuing with that, there are huge amount of deposits are lying in the bank who doesn't attract any interest on that. So as an earn extra incentive, if you try to shift 35% of fund from banks to here, I'm sure certain amounts will add in your revenue also. It's not percentage of commission, friends, absolute amount of commission which can be generated under the plan. If you bring 1 million, think in those lines. Let us not go on 35, 50, 100,000, 200,000. I know the premium is 35,000. Somebody will ask, sir, it should be 25,000. No, I personally say it should be more than 100,000. So quality people will come. You get a good revenue to work on that. Remember, friends, if you are a financial advisor of your client, and if you don't go and tell about this scheme, if you feel that he can be interesting on this, and some other one will definitely going to talk about this, you will feel the embarrassment. So I will request you to inform about this, make it an open offer to them. It's not an investment push from you. It should be like an information sharing. This is a very good deal has come from LIC International. I personally see if you have some amount, you can park it. This information should be reaching from you to build a confidence, rather pushing this product. I'm sure some of them will definitely get back to you and talk about it on this plan. So brand LIC at its best, again, back in the new year with this 100% guaranteed return plan, friends. Remember, this plan is not going to go too long. It will be, we have come up with some ticket size. It may happen after 5 days, 10 days, 15 days, and next 16th day it will be over. So you have to make it hard, fast. Whoever have wanted to invest, he should be investing at a faster pace, because we will not get a notice of even a 1 day or 2 day to withdrawal of this scheme. So anytime it can be withdrawal, and interest rates will be reduced with the new schemes launching after that. So this is like an do it or forget it. If you don't have money, you will get after 1 month. So after 1 month only you will understood that which plan is available. Friends, we have already done the grand launch. Huge market hype has been created. We are working on day and night on various campaigns also. Some strategy which we are following it up. I would request you also as a marketing consultants, being our business partner, you must practice on this. Prospects list, like a salesman, I personally say that charity begins from home. So first thing first is you need to have a prospects ready in front of you to whom you are going to send a message. You are going to talk about this campaign. You are going to talk about the schemes, illustrations, to whom you are going to communicate in the next 10 days, 15 days, set a deadlines, and that list has to be ready by 4 p.m. Why I'm talking about 4 p.m. you can understand if you have gone through my profile. I'm going a bit of time bound on that point only. I'm going to do it, so that makes your life much easier. Messaging, use all social channels of social media channels of. I am sending ready-made scripts on WhatsApp. I don't know how many of you are receiving it. If my broker KBS is available, Sudarshan is available, I hope if you are in touch with him, he must be sending a messages to you. Every day you get some script on this plan or any other plan that will help you to change your name and mobile number and circulate on email, on social media, wherever you want. So the campaign will go on. And so there are certain things which you don't have to think of it. I am ready-made preparing for you. You can get a leads from existing clients. There are certain scripts I have prepared for this plan to help you in a telecalling. I'm sure it must have been shared with you. Sudarshan must have said to everyone, which I have said to him. If not received, let me know in the Q&A sessions. We'll try to find out and then we'll send you again on that. I'm sure email with the quote will help you. There are certain clients of high influential clients, which I personally see, rather talking about plans, you prepare a quote for him mentioning amount of 100,000, half a million, 1 million based on the appetite, which you personally prospect or suspect from a client, send it. This is an option which LIC International is offering as of now. If you have even sort of any money, surplus money, parking for looking for parking for short term, which I told you my first 5 points on date. I think that points mentioning in the mail, you can send it a ready-made quote to him. Sometimes they may come back only when the quotes are in front of he gets easy understand, then he'll ask you further questions. So the call can be generated. That is another way of doing this meeting on a faster pace. You can have a cluster meet, friends, because we don't have much time. So if you can meet virtually in group or 5 6 people, 7 people, 10 people, if you can talk to them in a group and find out how the plans can be benefited. So friend, this is one point. Cluster meets you can have. That is, I'm sure you must be working in other companies' schemes also. In a group, you can talk about on that. Friends, with everything, whatever you do, there should be power in your points. It's not about the PowerPoint. It's about the power which you have in your points. So your points, which I'm trying to narrate with the USPs, is giving you some additional powers with this product. So from my words of wisdom I heard from my team here today is use this plan as an entry to prospects. I'm not saying that you sell only this, but this plan will definitely give you an entry, and when you can do the cross selling with the different clients, also with the different companies product along with LIC International product. A different plan we are also having. You can use this plan as an entry ticket to sell other plans of my old pen has come in the new version of pen. Your PEP is one of the best scheme we have. Is a PEP is a guaranteed return of 2.5% bonus. Other companies there in the market who is offering 1%. So I'm not naming it, but try to understand when we compare, we are still giving much higher return in that part, and that is a sure event, and that is going to be the trump card for the next year. So 257, which is a PEP, new PEP, I think everybody should focus on that. Use it as an entry ticket if it is can be diversified with other equity portfolio with this guaranteed portfolio in dollars. So friends, this is what from my presentations. I'll stop the screen and I'll try to unmute everyone, and we'll see how we can address the questions to all of you. You can unmute yourself and then you can ask questions. I'll just try to